Hi everybody, Westleg checking in again this evening with another Facebook Live, another story I'm going to bring to you this evening. A pretty exciting story, something a little bit different with a little bit of a twist, but I have the honor this evening to interview a good friend of mine from Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, and she'll be coming on here in just a few minutes. Her name is Kristen Sather, and why we give her a few minutes to check in, I'll just fill you in a little bit that Kristen has dealt with some mental health issues throughout her life, and in the process, hi Jimmy Craig, Kristen has seen her weight reduce quite a bit here in the last couple months. Perhaps you might have seen the post that I put out announcing the interview that we'll be having with her this evening. So when Kristen pops in here, we're going to hear her story. And you know, guys, the whole reason I keep interviewing these people is the hope in mind that it's going to touch somebody and help somebody get a solution to a problem maybe they're going through. Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
How are you this evening? Can you hear me?
Hear you quite fine, thank you.
There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Cool. Yes, I can hear you just fine. So the whole reason and the whole purpose of the stories, guys, if you've ever gotten a chance to listen to Mike Murdoch or read any of his books, one particular book that I've read of his is called The Assignment. And Mike talks about how everybody is a solution to somebody's problem, and that today you are being looked for, believe it or not, by somebody out there who has got to hear something you have to say, or perhaps something you can do will make a difference in their life. So the whole purpose of the stories that we share, that I go on live here and to share, is perhaps we can help somebody find a solution to their problem. So Kristen, enough of my little talk. You're from Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. I know that it's a big logging community. You and your husband, Troy, have been up there pretty much all your life, right?
Correct. Yeah. We are born and raised, actually.
So kind of give us Midwestern people here. Most of my friends are from the Ohio area. Kind of give us a synopsis or tell us a little bit about the environment. What's it like up there? I think it's more outdoorish, right? Small community.
Yes, correct. I am from a actual small town of about 1,200 people, give or take. We are a logging and farming community. We have many great outdoor activities, actually. We have one of the largest sledding trails in Saskatchewan. We have the quadding trails as well. We have many different outfitters. We have lots of lakes. What else can I tell you about us? We have one of the largest mills here in Hudson Bay, Warehouser. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that. That is one of our, like I said, main industries. And we have a lot of people that actually come up here to Hudson Bay to go skidooing or sledding, or however everybody says it. I'm not sure of how everybody understands some of the Canadian slang up here. But we call it sledding. That's our word. So yeah.
Outdoorsman paradise.
Yes, it's if you're an outdoors person, come on up. We'll be more than happy to help you out. I actually work at a local motel here too, so I would definitely love to meet some more new people. It'd be awesome.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. So you lived there all your life. If you don't mind sharing your age, if you don't mind, maybe tell us a little bit about you and Troy have one son.
We actually have two boys. My son, I have a stepson who's 16, and my son is just turned 15 in August. So we're almost close to being empty nesters too. I'm 36 years old. I'm a mom and a wife, obviously. As I said, I work at a local motel at the front desk, and I have also advocated myself to be part of the mental health. And I love inspiring people. I love quotes. As some people have probably seen on Facebook, I'm on there lots. I do create a lot of different things on mental health, and also, as Wes and I are going to get into our natural health solution too.
Oh.
But I love what I do. I love people. I love creating new relationships.
That's awesome.
Yes. I think it's a
So let me
fabulous.
ask you, the whole purpose of tonight's story is for anyone that might be dealing with a mental health issue or anything health related, you were looking for something when you started. Actually, I think in our discussion, you got on the internet, you were looking for a way to pick up some extra money being from a small community. And you
Yes.
happened to run into a lady that you've been following on Facebook. and she introduced you to the national or natural health revolution.
Yes.
At the time you were, and I know I'm kind of throwing this all together, but I kind of want to set the stage. At the time you were battling, you weren't aware, were you, of a mental health issue that you were battling or dealing with at the time?
Oh, I was actually already diagnosed. I was just kind of in that point of I was looking how this all kind of started was I was looking for an actual uh, income opportunity, and I had come across Candace Smiley. She's one of my good friends, business partner, mentors. I truly adore her. She had a mutual friend. Actually, it's my best friend from high school, and there was something about her that was just so intriguing, and I spammed her. That's how our relationship started, and it's
Pretty
grown
cool.
into a pretty wonderful one. Yeah, so I'm
When,
grateful for
when
her.
we talk when we talk about mental health issues, I don't want to know medical terminology to be used because I don't want to infer anything, right? I got to make sure that we're compliant because we
Yeah,
aren't claiming any cures or anything like that. So,
yeah.
but what kind of symptoms or what kind of issues were you dealing with?
My symptoms went anywhere from they were gradual. From a tiny young girl, I suffered from anxiety, severe anxiety, from the time I can remember, about 5 years old, and it kind of gradually got worse as I got older. And excuse me, sorry about that. Um, Once I had my son, things progressively got really bad. I ended up having some rage issues. I had a lot of anger issues. I also struggled with ups and downs. Um, I couldn't function. I was tired, lethargic. I had absolute no energy. I knew in my heart that there was something wrong, but thank God for my mother, who is one of my best friends in this world. She was my advocate. She was the one who started the process of finding me the help that I needed. So that's kind of where my story started when I was about
So,
24.
were you being treated by a doctor on medication for this
I,
issue?
I was.
You were,
I was.
and then
Mhm.
you ran into this Candace girl. You ran into her on the internet, and she exposed you to the natural health revolution, and you started using one of their products, I assume, right?
Correct. That's how it all started. She really intrigued me with what she had to offer me, and she has been my rock, and she's literally held my hand throughout the process. So yeah, she has shown me everything that I have learned as up to today in this very moment, and along with introducing
So,
me to fabulous people. So
so this
yeah,
product that she introduced to you, I'm going to say because am a proponent of Moringa oleifera. So this product had Moringa oleifera in it, correct?
yes, correct.
And that's what you started taking. So it was a drink that you took every day. Can you maybe explain that or tell what you did and what it did for you?
Sure. Moringa oleifera. It's a little sachet. I call it a gem in a pouch, or my gem in a cup. I basically open it, put it in a cup, shake it up, and I drink it for breakfast. That's what I basically do. It's simple, easy, and convenient, and you get all your nutritional that you need for the day. And that's where my process started of my healing. Don't get me wrong, I was skeptical. That most people are skeptical on, because we have a lot of different things out in the world that people try and they're not 100% sure. um, but I continued on with it. I became very consistent and very committed to it, and I put all my time and effort into it, and I started to see results
When
within a
you see
few months.
result
Mm-hmm.
within a few months, you started seeing results, and how did that affect you mentally? Did it calm your nerves or?
Yeah, it started to subside my anxiety. That was one of the first things I found. um, and then from there on, I was able to slowly go off of my medications, which I'm grateful for, because they were causing me some issues. I I tell people to definitely check with their physicians and things like that first. But I went and I was lucky enough to be able to progress naturally.
So
So yeah.
did your doctor? I'm sorry, I hate keep. The bad thing about it live is there's a delay, so it's hard for me to jump in and say anything about talking over you. Um, So when you began taking it, how long ago was that you started using the Moringa product?
I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary at the end of August. So I've been on the product
Okay.
for 1 year. Hmm. Yeah.
So when you first started and you were using the Moringa product,
Hmm.
you noticed a little bit of a change, and then you were also, because we had a discussion before we had the interview to make sure
Yeah.
we get everything covered here.
Mhm.
There was something else that you did as well, and it wasn't all Moringa. You were using an essential oil too, correct?
Yes, I've been using an essential oil capsule as well that our company offers too that has helped level out my hormones as well. So I'm very thankful for that. And that's where I kind of seen a lot of the other um, progress take place for myself with I have lost weight as well. And it's only been in the last 3 months. So I have gone from probably an 8'10" to a size 1'2", which I'm not honestly bragging. I'm just very, very proud of my success and how well the product has worked for me. Um, I was kind of looking at a weight loss part of it, but it kind of got put on the back burner because I wanted to get my mental health in check first before I kind of continued on my journey. And it just kind of all fell into place for me. And I've played around with the products and I have found what works best for me. So um, the two products that I have used correlate really well together, and I'm thoroughly in recovery, as I call it. I do have, don't get me wrong, I have bad days just like everybody else, but in most regards, I'm doing quite well, and I am living a full, productive life, med free. I'm healthy. I'm getting my nutrition, and nutrition is a huge, huge thing when it comes to all of our, things that are going on in this world when it comes to mental health or our body or inflammation or anything like that. I truly believe it's the nutrition that we take in every day and we're not
That's
getting enough
pretty
of it.
awesome. So what have you been back and visited with the doctor? Has he asked you what you were doing or what you've been using to see the changes? I mean, because he
Um,
took you off some of the medications, right?
yes, I went into actually my psychiatrist and I told her, I said, I have found something that's natural. And she was okay with me pursuing it. Again, it's my choice. It was my body, and that's what I wanted to do. I didn't like the side effects that I was feeling, and I wanted something natural that helped me get better without putting things I was not, I guess you could say, comfortable with in my body, because I know some of the side effects, and the side effects
Right.
I wasn't happy with. So I kind of went on and continued on doing that and pursued it. I'm very persistent when it comes to something that I know that I want, and this is one thing that I wanted, was to be healthy and natural and to feel better, basically, and be able to live my life without
That's
any of.
interesting that you say that. I heard a story said, I think it was last night I heard it. They were talking about having some issues or health issues, and they went to the doctor, and the doctor had prescribed medication, which is what a doctor normally does. And then
Mm-hmm.
they find out later after they started using, and I'm not touting Moringa oleifera as the cure all of everything, right? It just provides
Correct.
you with 90 plus nutrients, but it gives you the nutrition your body needs. Well, this individual had changed over and started using the nutrition, and then when they go back to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Well, you don't need this anymore," and he says, "Well, why didn't you give that to me to begin with?" Because the doctor, who was from India, knew about it. He says, "Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist." Well, why don't people go see nutritionists? Because it's much more expensive to go see a nutritionist, and insurance doesn't pay for that. They tend to go to a doctor, and the doctor gives you a quick fix or relief remedy, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a story I heard. But I am so glad to hear your story. That's because I'm sure there's ladies out there and guys that might be fighting some kind of mental issue, and it could be correlated to a nutritional deficit or an imbalance, a chemical imbalance. It could be replaced or replenished by proper nutrition. That's who knows, guys? I mean, who knows? And we're not saying this is a cure for her issue, but it has given you relief. It's given you your life back. You're more energy. My gosh, your pictures.
Mhm.
Kristen, your pictures, I put those out, put that together, you know, put that post out. It's amazing. And you're saying you're down to size 1, 2? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a girl, so I don't really understand what the sizes mean, but I know that's pretty small, right?
yeah. I haven't been that size since I graduated, so it's 18 years. Um, so I struggled a lot with my baby weight and stuff like that for a long time, and it's just kind of melted off this last few months. The little last bit of it, anyways. I'm not a big person to begin with. Um, my mom is very tiny. She's a 4'11" lady, so you can just imagine how small I am too. I'm only 5'3", but I mean, to put on that weight, it's not good for the body either. And
Right, right.
I am just so excited that it is finally
That's
going
so
away,
cool.
and it's just kind of going on its own. I just started exercising the last probably 2 months. So, and I'm slowly starting to actually see a six pack, which I've never seen in my entire life. It's just
Oh, I've never had one of those. At least not unless I was carrying it. Hey, let me ask. I'm going to say something as a smart aleck husband would say, and my wife's in the other room, so she can't hear what I'm saying. You got your life back, but Troy and the boys got their life back as well, right? My
yes,
guess is Troy's not going to let you ever run out of the moringa.
no,
Is that
no.
safe to say?
Yeah, we're faithfully on it every month. It's definitely something that we've put in our everyday life because it's important to us. Troy's had great results as well. He's slowly seeing things as well. He had a lot of back issues too, and it's helped relieve a lot of the inflammation. So we're very blessed with that as well. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing your story. Guys, you want to, as I close this down, I know your mission right now is for the mental awareness or mental
Hmm.
health issues, correct? If you want to
Yes.
say something, go right ahead before we close this out.
Sure. To all those who are feeling very alone and feel like there is absolutely nothing out there for you, let me tell you something. As you hear my stories and you see me on Facebook, I am fighting every day for those who cannot speak or feel like they cannot say anything because they're too afraid to. The stigma is huge out there, and I'm fighting against that. Just because you have a mental health condition does not mean that you cannot live a full, productive life. You can. We have the answers. If you want some more information, Wes's friends, please contact him. And the people that are on here for my Facebook friends, please contact me. I would love to share more with you, introduce you to some fabulous people. We can definitely direct you in the direction that you need to go. It's very important to get that message out there. I'm so strong and in advocating this. I've watched too many people struggle, and I have been one of them. And I don't want to watch any more people struggle. I just want you to know that there is support and help out there. So if you need someone, you can message me too. I'm more than willing to have a conversation or just be a listening ear. So that's about all I have to say, Wes. If there's anything else you'd like to add, go right ahead. And thank you for
Kristen,
the
thank
interview.
you. I just want to thank you because, you know, it takes it takes a lot of courage to go out there. You don't know who's watching and to say what
Mhm.
you're saying about mental health and you don't know what other people are going to say or think about you. And that requires a lot of courage. And I thank you for that. And I know there's somebody watching this message was intended to. As she mentioned, if you're interested in more information, just drop us a private message. You don't have to put a comment down here. You can just send us a Facebook private message and we'll respond. We're not salesmen. We share stories and share
Mhm.
the natural health revolution. So we'll share
Absolutely.
information with you and you can make your own choice decision what you want to do with that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. I think it's getting cold up there now, right?
It is getting a
Is it
little bit
start?
chillier. Fall has come really early this year. It's been really wet up here. We've had a lot of rain,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's oh that white stuff is coming. You can almost feel it in the air already. I think they're actually calling for it. So, but I'm
Don't
happy I
say
live
that. I'm
in the
not
country.
ready to
So
see it.
yeah,
Well,
I
you have a
know.
good evening and thanks
Yes,
for joining us.
thank
And
you.
I want to thank everybody for jumping in tonight to watch your live. Kristen, have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Wes. Have a good evening as well.
God bless everybody.
Yeah, good. Good